What's going on, guys? I am back with another video. Quick results fam coming through again. Ignore my dog, she's barking at a dog walking by. Anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. I have videos coming every 3 days. So, this is the story of the time that I got pulled over with 9 people in my car when I had my license suspended and somehow did not get arrested. This story is taking place in my sophomore year of high school. And I was talking to this girl named Summer, and it was actually in the summer of my sophomore year. And Summer had this sister named Maddie, and she had this friend named Rebecca, and there was this other new date named JB, and there was this other dude named Kenny. And that's the crew that I was kicking it with for the most of the summer. We were going to parties every single weekend. I was basically living at this girl, Maddie and Summer's mom's house. And, I don't want to say shit was getting serious between us because, nothing really ever happened. But we were talking and shit was getting smooth between us. It ended up getting fucked up because I ended up cheating on her with Rebecca in her mom's bed. We could talk about that a different day. But, let's stick to this story. So on this night, it was a Saturday night, and we wanted to go to a party. And we were looking around all day long. And at this time, I was a party promoter. So I always had parties, I always had moves, and there was always shit to do. But for some reason, on this Saturday night, there was nothing to do besides a party in the heart of Detroit. And if you guys are from the Metro Detroit area, you guys know you guys really don't want to go to these Detroit parties, bro. They get grimy. Sometimes, they get shot up. The police always get called. Like, the party ends when you're running. You don't really know what, but the party's over when everyone's running away. It could be a fight. It could be a shooting. It could be the cops come in. But that's when the party's over. So, we're trying to avoid this. We're literally calling everybody. We're posting on Snapchat. We're literally thinking about just throwing our own party at this, banquet hall. But we don't end up coming up with enough money, so we don't do that. And we decide, all right, let's just bite the fucking bullet. Let's go to this Detroit party. How bad could it be? It was 35 minutes away. It was on the west side of Detroit, so we were like, fuck, it's already a grip away, but let's do it. And we start pre-gaming and shit. And this was back when I used to drink Pink Whitney like it was fucking water. I would drink an entire bottle of Pink Whitney, to myself, an entire fifth. And Pink Whitney, bro, it tastes like juice, and now I can no longer drink it. It literally reminds me of high school, and I just want to throw up. But Pink Whitney was our go-to drink, so we had, 3 bottles of Pink Whit, and we had some seltzers, but this was back before, everything was big. All the seltzers were big, so I think it was just, Twisted Tea or something like that. And we were pre-gaming for probably 2-3 hours. And Summer was always the one that drove because my license was suspended because I had a Charger during high school. That was my second car, and I got 30 tickets in a 12-month span. So I got my license suspended for a year because you can't be driving like that. They're just going to take your license away. So they took my license away for a year, so I wasn't able to drive. So Summer drove everywhere for this entire summer. But Summer was damn near on the verge of blacking out during the pregame. And we all sitting there and we bro, we cannot let this girl drive 35 minutes. She's definitely gonna get DUI. She's definitely gonna get us pulled over or some shit. And I was like, yo, JB, do you want to drive? And he was like, bro, I can't drive. Nigga, I don't got my L's. And I'm like, bro, I'm just going to be the one that has to drive. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to have to do it. And when, before we're about to leave, Maddie invites some of her girls over. And I'm not going to be the one that's like, no, bro, there's not enough seats. You guys can't come. And we always were the type of friends, you can just get in the trunk, sit on some laps, some shit like this. But this was a long drive, and my L's was suspended too. I was like, bro, you're not sitting on laps. Y'all niggas got to go in the trunk. So these three girls get in the trunk, and then the rest of the car is full, and we start heading on to this party. And we live in like near the lake, if you guys are familiar with Metro Detroit, and we're probably in Warren by this time, so we're probably about like halfway there. We're probably like 15, 20, 25 minutes outside of Detroit still. And then I just see red and blue lights. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, like I wasn't even doing nothing. And I get pulled over, and he's like, you turned on a red when it was a no turn on red. And I was like, oh fuck. So I actually did do something. He's like, you have your license? I was like, yeah, but it's suspended. And he's like, where are you guys going? And I was like, we're going to a party in Detroit. Oh my god, my dog. 1 second, chat. And basically, he takes my ID, even though it's suspended, and goes back and runs it, and sees that, like, I just have a bad driving record. Like, I'm not a criminal or anything like that. Comes back, and he's like, all right, guys, like, is anyone here sober besides him? Because I was sober. I didn't really drink that much. That's why I was also driving. And he's like, well, obviously no one in this car can drive. And the girls in the trunk put a blanket over them, so they were hiding from the cops. And he's like, well, I'm going to have you guys all step out. Like, this is an arrestable offense, but I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to search the vehicle. If I don't find anything, like, I don't like, I'm just going to let you guys all go. So then he searches the vehicle, and he finds these girls under the blanket. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, bro. Like, this is just even worse. Like, what am I going to do now? And he's like, what else are you guys hiding in here? So then he has a dog come around, and he searches the car. Obviously, we didn't have any drugs or anything like that, so the dog doesn't hit. And he ends up writing me like a $350 ticket, bro. And he's like, well, someone has to come pick up the car. So Maddie and Summer's mom has to leave her job because she worked night shifts. She had to come pick up the car, and then their brother had to come pick up, like, their mom's car. So it was a whole big fiasco. And Summer's mom, like, hated me after that, bro. Like, she deadass blame me for stealing some money on some shit later, but it literally was not me. And we watched the nigga steal it, like we all watched him steal it, and she still tried to blame it on me. I'll tell a story time about that one time. I just thought this story was crazy because I feel like if I was in any other situation, if I was in like a little bit of a stricter county, if I was like in Detroit, I would have went to jail because I had 8 people in the car, bro. There were 3 people in the trunk. Like, that's endangerment or some shit. I don't even know what it is. I just know I definitely could have got in trouble for it, and I didn't. All I got was like a $200-300 ticket. Got off on them, bro. Have you guys ever had a crazy situation with the cops when you should have got fucked but you didn't? I have a lot more crazy stories about me with the cops, guys. If you guys want more cop stories, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in another video soon, bro.